Hey guys, Jeff Goldtrap in Nashville. What's the difference between probation and parole? Great question, and I get it often. So, what is the difference between probation and parole? First of all, probation it's called an alternative sentence. Okay. In other words, okay, boom, boom, Jeff Goldtrap, I accept your guilty plea, or the jury finds you guilty, and I'm going to sentence you to 3 years. Okay. Now, instead of going to prison for 3 years, you're going to serve that sentence on probation. In other words, you're going to get a probated sentence. It's sometimes called a suspended sentence. I'm going to send you to prison, but I'm going to suspend that. I'm going to hold that, think about it, for these 3 years while you do your time on probation. Now, if you complete that probation time, that 3 years, and you don't violate the rules of probation, I've got a lot of videos on how to violate the rules of probation. But if you don't violate the rules of probation and you succeed after 3 years, that sentence is over with. You've done it. You didn't go to jail. Wonderful. Now, what's the difference between probation and parole? Parole is someone who has already been to prison and has been released due to an administrative decision by the parole board, not a judge. If I went to prison for that 3 years, remember that we talked about the magical 3-year sentence for some aggravated assault or something like that. If I went to prison, I would be in prison for a period of time, and then eventually I would meet the parole board, and you'd have a parole officer, and they would determine whether you should be released on parole. If you're released on parole, you're still serving your sentence, but you're on the street on parole. You're getting sentence credits against that 3-year sentence. It is progressively getting less, and there are ways you can lose that, but you are serving your sentence, and if you violate that parole, you don't go back to a judge, you don't go have a jury trial about whether you violated parole. It's an administrative decision. You meet the parole board, they decide if you violated or not, and they can send you back to prison. So, it's kind of confusing, but basically the way to remember this is a probation sentence. That person has not been to jail yet, okay, and maybe they never will. A parole sentence, somebody has been to jail and has been released on parole, okay? I hope that helps. If I've answered a question, fantastic. I want you to like this video. That would help me. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, feel free to do so. If you want to share this video with anyone, you have my permission. Now, if you need to reach me, look in the description. There's a lot of ways to reach me if there's something I can do for you. Go out there and make it a great day.